Today's challenge, cook a meal quicker than I can finish this can. Right, what you need is bacon, parmesan, eggs, garlic, and pasta. That's fucking it. All you need. Right, you roughly dice that bacon, you put it into a bowl. That one, that cunt. Yep, put it in there. That stuff in there, ready for later. Then you're gonna wash your fucking chopping board up. What? Hot water, soap and a sponge. Clean that shit. Right, you need to crack your eggs, split them so you keep your yolk, and put your white somewhere else. You can either keep the whites for an omelette in the morning or whatever the fuck you want to do. You can fuck them off, who gives a shit. Just crack it over one pot. Job is a fucking good one. Straight in that pot there. That's what you need to do. I'm not going to show you all the fucking eggs, because who the fuck gives a shit? Right, so you fuck around with the eggs. There you go, your egg yolks. Job done. You've chopped up your bacon. I know Italians are going to fucking hate me, but fuck them. You've got roughly the 40 to 50 grams of parmesan, or the closest shit you can get to it, hopefully on a budget. You have a drink. Take this shit, you put it in some water and you start to boil it. Just like that. Right, you see that under there, fire, that means it's on. You put that in there, take a pinch of salt, into the water, give it a little jiggle around. Yeah, that'll be good in about 10 minutes, roughly. If it's not, who gives a fuck? But while you're doing that and while that's cooking, you've got 10 minutes. So you need to cook that. And you need to take this bit, pop it in there. Fuck the other shit in the sink. Whoop. Nah, you give a shit. Mix it all in. Just run around like that. So you get sort of a paste. Obviously, I'm not showing you the perfect way of doing this because I'm doing it one-handed because I'm holding my phone to record this shit. Right. You mix that up, like I've said. I'll finish that in a minute. Right, then you grab your garlic. Get your garlic there. Grab the knife that you cleaned earlier. By the way, this clean chopping board from earlier, I gave it time to dry. You do that so you don't go and have cross-contamination or some shit that people in pubs and clubs and God knows, that's a bit wet. Dry it in your tea towel. Right. That way you got clean knife, clean chopping board. You ain't got your fucking raw pork on there anymore. You're not going to make any fuckers sick. That's what you need to worry about, making motherfuckers sick. Now I'm trying to crush this garlic one-handed because I'm holding the phone. Just like that. Use the side of the blade. See, crushed. All of the lovely juices from that garlic will come out and go and flavour the food that you're about to cook. And again, just like that. Fantastic. Oh, your pen? Yeah, it looks a bit fucked. It is. Heat on. Good job. Yep. Right. That is where this comes into play. Job done. That goes in there. Remember that garlic we just crushed? That goes in there too. And you can have any other fucker saying, no, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. This is an Italian dish and I'm fucking it up because who gives a shit? It's on a budget. Because if you make it the way I'm making it, cheap pasta, cheap bacon, cheap garlic, cheap fucking cheese from Lidl, you can make this 3 times a week out of the ingredients that you buy for less than a £5, and you've got a meal for 2 3 times a week for less than a £5. I'm not going to do the maths because let's face it, I'm drinking. There you go, cook that shit off. You don't realise yet, I'm really struggling for camera angles because I'm using a phone. While your meat's cooking, pepper it up. Pepper that meat. And by meat, I mean the cheapest fucking bacon you can buy. But not the cheapest, because if you buy the cooking bacon, it's going to be salty as fuck. Don't use that unless you soak it, because it'll be inedible. So you add, I've lost count, but a shit ton of pepper. You don't really need to add any salt, because like I said, cheap meat, lots of salt. Already in there. What I mean about cheap meat, it's all this bubbling shit, that's water. Something that is a pain in the arse. You might come across it with beef, chicken, whatever. But yeah, powder through, put the heat up, and you get there. I lied to myself. Could probably cook it quicker, or I could drink slower. Who gives a fuck? Alright, see how the bacon's slowly getting a bit crispier now. And your garlic's sort of roasting in there with it. The garlic is going to flavour the bacon. And we'll check back in a sec. And we'll add the pasta. And the other shit. Yay. Right, this shit is getting crispy enough now. I've opened the windows, I've turned the fan on, and also, if you fuck around with this too much, and you flick something on the floor, by all accounts, the 5-second rule is proven by science. So, yeah. Have that, cunt. Then, have a drink. And you check your pasta. Now, I'm not going to tell you to throw it at a wall, because that's a waste of food. And you're going to have to clean the wall. Right? Bite it. Taste it. If it's not too tough and there's no floury bit in the middle, job done. Probably should have mentioned, while you're cooking your pasta, you harvest a little bit of the water, up to 200 ml, maybe, because you're going to need it, and you'll know why in a minute. If you don't, right, this bit's important. See that shit? Right. Taking the bacon off the heat. That's in there with all of its juices. So, drain my pasta, straight in. Still a hot pan, so it's going to be a bit grumpy, I suppose you could say. Move it around it, get the juice going. Yep, chop on. Yeah. Cheese and the egg that you mixed up earlier. Yeah? Remember it? She ain't fucking right, you put that in. The heat from the pan will cook the raw eggs, melt the cheese, and do everything that you need it to do, and it will create the sauce. Yeah? Recommend using a fucking spoon instead of a fork, because that shit's just fucking annoying. Would recommend cleaning as you go, because nobody likes washing up. But this meal, literally, you can make in 10 minutes, and it is sound. Right, you mix it all together like this. You get your pasta, your cheese, your bacon, and your eggs. I say eggs, egg yolk. Just to clarify, for the fucking hard of hearing and the idiots in the audience. If there is an audience. Don't really know. Oh, I don't really care. And you mix it all in. Job done. If it's a bit thick, that is where the harvest pasta sauce comes. Add that in. There you go. And then with the starches from that and the egg yolk, whatever else, you'll make it a bit creamy. And have yourself a carbonara, because I never told you what we were making. Here you go. I'll show you what it is in a minute.